Hey, this is Carlos Samaniego. How are you guys doing? It's Friday afternoon. It's about 1:30 p.m. I don't know why I'm looking over there. You're right there. Anyways, hope you guys are doing well, getting ready to enjoy this weekend. Hopefully it doesn't rain too much. Anyways, I'm sitting here in the office and wanted to talk to you about franchise tax board and owing the state money. I tried doing this a little earlier. Not sure if you guys got a chance to join my live, but I forgot to take the mute off the microphone. So you got to unmute the microphone or else you're going to be talking and there's no sound coming out of your mouth. Anyways, before we get going, always remember, if you have state tax problems, IRS problems, need some assistance in dealing with those problems, go over to my website, taxdebtconsultant.com, download the free report on what to look for when you're looking for someone to help you with IRS or state collection issues. Today, I want to specifically talk about the franchise tax board. And the reason I want to talk about the franchise tax board is this is one state agency that when you owe them money, they're going to get their money. And they move fast and quick, almost the special forces of the tax agency, because they just move quick. Unlike the IRS, it's a big organization, kind of moves a little slower. It gives you quite a few notices. The state does not play when you owe them money. I had just this week alone, 2 days ago, had an individual that their spouse was levied, got a wage garnishment, a wage levy, got a wage garnishment at work, and they're going to take 25% of her paycheck until this money is until their past due amount is paid for. Had another one early this morning. I got a phone call while I was driving in that $3,000 was just levied right out of a bank account. And when they took that money, guess what? There's a good chance they're keeping that money. The thing is just to understand that the state or the IRS, they just don't do that. They give you notices. They inform you they're going to do it. But the challenge is most people just ignore the notices. Most of the time, they're opening up the notices when they're in my office, and they've had the notices for months. There's so much information in those notices. There's deadlines that you have to respond to. You got to open up the notice. Let's talk a little bit about the franchise tax board. Once you are assessed a tax that they say that you owe, so they assess that tax. In this one specific case, they assessed just over $3,000 in taxes due for a previous tax year. Then the IRS will send you a notice of state income tax due. That's the FTB notice 4963. You'll get that notice. And it basically it's the nice letter. It advises the taxpayer, hey, you have a balance due. Please pay it immediately as soon as possible. Well, not really as soon as possible. Just pay it immediately. That's kind of their nice notice. That's with the franchise tax board. Normally 30 days later, if you didn't respond, didn't pay that payment or make arrangements to pay that off, you're going to get notice number 2, which is the franchise tax board letter 4964, which is a notice of state income tax is past due. It's the same notice, but it's a 4964 notice, not a 4963 notice. This notice says you owe us money right now. You need to pay it. They're giving you notices. The final notice that they're going to send you is it's FTB notice 4966. That's the code you're looking at. 4966. State income tax final notice before levy. Basically, here's what they're saying. You ignored the first 2 letters and you haven't made arrangements to pay this off. So we're going to just take the money if you don't respond to this notice. And when you fail to respond to that notice, that was kind of what they considered the voluntary cycle. You need to do something. You need to pay for this. You need to set up a payment arrangement for this, or we're gonna take care of this ourselves. And if you don't do that, now what happens are these involuntary notices are sent out to your bank, to your employer, to different county offices. It's called an order to withhold franchise tax board notice 2900. That is basically, hey, we're taking money from your bank accounts, your stock plan, your vacation trust funds. If you got money in a bank account, they're going to take it. And as I talked about in previous Facebook Lives, they got your bank account information to be able to take that money. And they move swift to take that money. Now, normally they give you 10 working days to, there's a hold on that money temporarily. So what we need to do is we got to call the franchise tax board right away to find out what we can do to get that money, if we can get that money back. And then the final major one is it's an earnings withholding order for taxes, franchise tax board notice 2904, which basically it's a letter to your employer saying, hey, we want 25% of your paycheck. You don't want that letter. Anyways, just wanted to wrap that up and kind of let you know the most important thing: open the notices when you get them. And if you don't know what to do with that notice or how to respond, that's what I'm here for. Just pick up the phone, give me a call, 909-570-1103. We'll be more than happy to help. Or head over to taxdebtconsultant.com, just book an appointment. Make sure you pick up the free report. No email required. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye for now.